I want to show you guys how to start making money with your HTML and your CSS knowledge. All right, you don't even have to know something like JavaScript or PHP or something like Python or Node.js to begin to make money in this particular industry. So if you already know how to use HTML and CSS, you can start making money. I want you to understand that the learning in this industry, if you want to start from something like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and then move on to backend language, even something like SQL, which is for your database, it takes a lot of time. And if you are not already making the money from the ones you've learned, especially HTML and CSS, you can be burned out too soon. All right, so I have actually done this before, and I want to show you how to do that. It's really very simple to be able to make money with your knowledge of HTML and CSS. So since you got this knowledge of HTML and CSS, I want to show you how you can actually use that to make some money. All right, and I'm going to just basically utilize like 3 ways that this can actually be done. And the first one is this. So you want to start building payday projects for businesses around you. It could be a small scale business, it could be something like a large scale business, no matter the kind of business that could actually be. But you do have some businesses around you, right? And maybe sometimes when you are passing through their offices, you see that they do have beautiful offices, and when you take a look at maybe their signpost or their advertisement board, you see that they don't actually include their websites in there, and that's just probably maybe they don't even have a website. Maybe they could just include something like a phone number and an email in there, but for when it comes to talking about something like a website, they do not actually have that. So you basically pick that interest up from there. When you check and they do not actually have something like a website, all right, you can pick it up from there and begin to find your ways to get in contact with them so that you can actually create a website for them. And I know that quite a good number of you may not like moving around to see those businesses, or you don't pay attention to those, but there is still a way out. We have something like Google businesses. All right, you can get into Google My Business, and then you can search for businesses around you. So when you go to Google My Businesses, maybe you are just looking for you can just type something like electronic shops around you. All right, and then it's going to go around and then search for all the electronic businesses within that locality where you are, and you can actually find information about them. If they do have a website, you're going to see there that they do have a website, and if they don't actually have that, you're also going to see that they don't actually have that. So your major interest is to pick those that do not actually have website, write them down, and you already know their location because they are going to actually display their addresses on that particular Google My Businesses map, and you can actually use that to go to their office. All right, some of you may want to maybe send them a DM via the email that they displayed there, or send them a WhatsApp message. That's fine, but I think if you actually go to their offices in person, it's actually one of an added advantage. You can talk to them one-on-one and try to convince them about having a website and how the business can actually scale up whatever sales that they're actually doing with having a website. All right, and maybe before you go to such a places, I advise you guys to maybe create a mock-up. All right, create a template, put the name of their business in that particular template, just create a beautiful template and take it to them, and then show them what their website is actually going to look like. And it's even possible for you to host that. Maybe if you have a domain already, you can use that to demo the application for them in their office. So when you get in there and then you show them how their website is already operating and it's working just fine, they're going to be forced to try to work with you and then allow you to build such a website for them. So if you don't have a domain or you don't have a host, there are free places that you can actually get free domains and then get free hosts that you can actually host such a website with them. And then when you take them to that place, you just showcase the business to them. So the reason that I'm just saying this is because there are some of those businesses that may not even need sophisticated web application. Maybe they just need a website that can just showcase the products and services that they're actually rendering, and when people visit their website, they can actually see the services or the product that they actually kind of offer. All right, so you can just showcase those products on such a website, and then they will see it. Maybe add a simple email or booking a service on that such a website. All right, or even their phone number. It could be just their phone number that they need it to be displayed right there, and people can actually pick their phone number from such a website and then maybe send them their order. So this is really very simple, right? I've actually done this before. There was a medical website that I built for someone whose name is, I think, Louis Kier, a company like that sometimes before, and this was exactly what I did. All right, and they did not actually need so much from the website. All they needed was for me to just like list their email and then list the services that they normally render in their medical facilities, and then I kind of just display some pictures, and I was able to cash out from that. So you too can actually do this. It's really very simple. There are so many small businesses and medium businesses that don't even need those big fancy websites for them to begin to operate. All right, so you can, when you get there, you can actually also show them how you can help them grow a lot faster with the presence of a website, and they're actually going to buy into that idea, and then they patronize you. All right, so just understand what I just said. You can, maybe if you want to DM them via something like their email or something like their WhatsApp number that is displayed on the Google My Businesses, that's fine. But the idea in there is for you to go to that place in person, and before you go, make sure you have created a template that you're going to show them their website. You can maybe take a look at their signpost and then create a logo for them, and then go in there, and then you can also tell them that anything that they don't like on the website can be changed. So just as simple as that, and then you are going to see that they are going to be hooked in, and you can create search for them. Now, the second thing that you can actually do to be able to cash out or make quite a lot of money from the knowledge of your HTML and CSS is for you to start building website themes or templates, whatever you want to call that. All right, and when you build such a theme or template, you can actually sell them on places like ThemeForest and some other places, which I'm actually going to link in the description below. You can check that, where you can create HTML and CSS theme for a website, and then people can actually buy it from there. And it's really very simple. Even if you don't know how to do everything, you do have AI that can actually help you be able to build such an amazing and then beautiful looking templates without wasting quite a lot of time or a lot of your money to be able to do that. So with the knowledge of your HTML and CSS, you see how you're actually scaling up and you're making a lot of money without spending too much time, trying to do what is actually unthinkable. So get the point right there. All right, so the second point in there is that you can build website templates. All right, just the UI of a web application. Just build, maybe it could be a blog or something like an e-commerce template. You build it. All right, just build that, and then you can just offer that, because there are quite a lot of people that are looking for templates that are actually built with pure CSS and HTML. I do know that there are quite a lot of templates that they combine a lot of things, maybe jQuery and all those things, which make such websites to not load fast. But if you can utilize HTML and CSS very well, today we do have something like CSS Grid, we have Flexbox. Just lay out the elements of the website just pretty fine, right? And it loads a lot faster than those websites that they normally use something like maybe libraries to actually build, right? But if you can build this with the pure HTML and CSS, you're going to sell a lot, right? So there are some websites that you can actually go there and display that and sell to them, right? So, and most of the time this is just going to be a recurring payment, right? So if you have a template that you have built using HTML and CSS, you're going to be making money over and over again with such a product. So this is actually a very fantastic way to also be able to make quite a lot of money just knowing your HTML and CSS. You don't have to know JS, and you don't have to know any backend language to be able to start making money from that. Because you wait till you learn SQL, learn any backend language, it takes a lot of time, and you may be burned out too soon, guys. So that is it. So let's take a look at the next one. So the next one is actually for you to be able to start teaching this particular tool knowledge that you've got, HTML and CSS, all right? And you can actually cash out from that if you begin to teach how websites are being created using HTML and CSS. You can cash out. How do you cash out from that? These days we do have most of the social media platforms that we have, they now like pay people who are coming to create content for them, all right? Facebook page, YouTube page, and some other ones that are actually available, which you already know about them. You can create maybe a page on Facebook or a channel and just do well on HTML and CSS. Make sure you teach people how they can actually learn how to use those languages and then create products just from the scratch without having any issues. Once people are subscribing, once you reach a certain threshold, the platform can start paying you, all right? So currently I just got monetized on that of the Facebook. And what do I do there? I just teach HTML and CSS. I do have quite very few videos based on that of the PHP or any backend language on that particular platform. But I'm just like getting some money just showing them how to use HTML and CSS. And you too can do that, all right? And if you don't want to do that alone, there is also a way. Once you are showcasing those products or those skills online, people can send you DMs and they want to like learn one-on-one with you. All right, you can create videos, private videos that they can actually go and watch, and they pay you to be able to have access to such videos. So you can actually do that, guys. So this is also another pathway that you can actually follow to be able to like make money from your HTML and CSS knowledge. Now, when you go out to go and try some of these things that I'm actually outlining in this video, you could get some rejections. Some people are going to say no, that they already have some people that are working for them, or that they don't want to just basically work with you. And I want you to do not take this too personally, all right? So you're going to have to learn how to, accept rejections. When people say no to you, it doesn't just mean that you don't know what you're doing or that such field is actually not meant for you. So try to make sure that you learn how to handle rejections. When they shut the door at you, you have to just keep on moving. So keep knocking at other doors until eventually somebody is going to open the door for you. Just make sure that you know your vitamin, all right? Make it your vitamin. It's okay once someone says no, it just opens the next door. It opens an opportunity for another person. That's why some people say that no is an acronym for next opportunity. All right, so take it as next opportunity, where you try to knock at a door and then they say no to you. You need to proceed and then move on to the next person. All right, and eventually someone is going to say yes, and someone is going to actually give you the project to actually do. So at this point, I hope that I've actually convinced you that you can actually make money with the knowledge of your HTML and that of the CSS. And these things that I've just talked about, they are just pretty straightforward. They are really very valid, and you can actually start making quite a lot of money just doing that. So if you love what you just watched, the only thing you can do for me right now is to just hit the subscribe button, and if you're watching this on Facebook, you can hit the follow button. Whichever platform you are just basically watching this from, just try to give us a following or a subscription right there, and we keep rolling out powerful videos of this nature, and you don't want to be missed out on any of the interesting videos that are actually coming in the future. So stay around, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.